What did we expect from the shoddy election from Tanzania as the Electoral Commission of Tanzania has declared Mama Samia Suluhu as the winner?
Na Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan wa CCM alipata kura milioni 31,913,866 sawa na 97.66. Hivyo kwa kuzingatia masharti ya ibara ya 41 ibara ndogo ya 6 ya Katiba ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania ya mwaka 1977 ikisoma pamoja na kifungu cha 45 kidogo cha 9 na 10 cha sheria ya uchaguzi wa rais wa bunge na madiwani, sheria namba 1 ya mwaka 2024 na kanuni ya 57 ndogo ya 4C ya kanuni za uchaguzi wa rais wa bunge na madiwani za mwaka 2025, na mtangaza Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan kwamba amechaguliwa kuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kupitia Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM.
You will be shocked that she has won the Tanzanian election with 31 million votes out of 32 million votes casted. And the registered voters in Tanzania, they are 37 million. There's a video of electoral commissioners marking the ballot papers on their own. I thought that at least Mama Samia Suluhu could have won this 2025 election of Tanzania with either around 12 million to 15 million votes. Because when look at her predecessor, John Pombe Magufuli, got 12 million votes, and this represented 84% of the votes casted. But something that is shocking, Samia Suluhu ensured that she was not going to have a competitor, and that competitor that could have given her a stiff competition in this October 2025 general election was none other than Tundu Lissu, who is currently in jail because of Mama Samia Suluhu. Another something that must shock you is that Tanzanian parliamentary result will shock you. That ruling Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM wins 270 seats out of 272 parliamentary constituencies. And so the opposition part, Act Wazalendo, wins only 2 seats. I can tell without any fear of contradiction, Mama Samia is a dictator. And she ensured that despite of push and pull in between the common mwananchi and her, it doesn't make sense to her. And what she did was to clearly declare herself as the president-elect, the way I told you yesterday, that what we are going to see is Mama Samia Suluhu declaring herself as the president-elect. Mama Samia, you cannot get, of course, 31 million votes out of 32 casted votes, 32 million casted votes. Yet what we saw in Tanzania was violence. Tanzanians boycotted the election, but still Mama Samia Suluhu ensured she got 31 million votes, which it is not true. I can tell you that. Say what you say, but the reality is Tanzanians never voted. It was electoral commissioners of Tanzania who are marking ballots in the favor of Mama Samia Suluhu. Now, if Mama Samia can lie to us that Tanzanians turn out to vote on her favor, is not making sense, because 3 consecutive days, that is 29th, 30th, and 31st, you saw Tanzania demonstrating and rejecting the shambolic, heinous election that Samia Suluhu organized in Tanzania. And I told you here, Samia went ahead and sponsored weak candidates. And yet, of course, she ensured that whoever is following her is having 1 million votes. The question you must ask yourself, why did the opposition boycotted the election? Was because they wanted at least fair election that can be verified. And Mama Samia Suluhu never wanted that. Do you know that the election that has been declared cannot be petitioned the way as we as Kenyans, we usually do? You cannot go anywhere in Tanzania petitioning the presidential election. What comes from the Electoral Commission of Tanzania is final and nothing can be done about it. And that is why the opposition leader called Tundu Lissu said that no reforms, no election. No reforms, no election. And so because he had clear mind that the election of Tanzania has always been shambolic and heinous, he wanted that at least the Tanzanian election can change. Mama Samia Suluhu, together with the heinous leaders and punitive leaders in Tanzania, they never wanted that. I thought like that Tanzania is a democratic country in terms of election. Upon realizing that Tanzania does not have democracy, at least Kenya, we are proud of Kenya. And that is why what we have been upholding, we as Kenyans, is that the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, we fought hard to get. Kasongo must not get it out with it. And that is how William Ruto wanted this country to be. Like a banana republic of Tanzania, where some leaders will sit in a boardroom, decide that we want to close internet. Some individuals or leaders in a boardroom in Tanzania decide that electoral commissioners to mark ballot papers on behalf of Samia Suluhu. And that is why in Tanzania, some leaders want to decide for the people a population of 71 million. 71 million. It is Mama Samia and some individuals, punitive leaders, fools, who call themselves as leaders of Tanzania, sitting at the boardroom, deciding that this is what Tanzania needs, or this is what they want. If truly you went to school, which I don't know if Samia Suluhu went to school or other leaders went to school in Tanzania, you cannot come out and lie to us. I thought that you could come out and declare Mama Samia Suluhu with even 15 million votes. I could have accepted. But 31 million votes, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. 31 million votes and people never voted. They demonstrated 3 consecutive days. And let not anyone lie to you that there was no demonstration in Tanzania. If there was no demonstration in Tanzania, why did they went ahead and shut down the internet? If truly it was very serious. If it was not serious, they could have not shut down the internet in Tanzania. Why? If demonstration was not serious in Tanzania, why did they unleash the army? Why did some Tanzanians killed during the demonstration? And that is how Tanzania President Samia Suluhu wants Kenya to be. That is how Samia Suluhu wants Uganda to be. That is how Samia Suluhu wants Rwanda to be. That is how Samia Suluhu wants Africa to be. It will not be. No matter how they will fight her. She has declared herself, and I believe she is going to be sworn in as the president of Tanzania, which there is no option but to accept the reality. Samia Suluhu is the president-elect. But she must ask herself, is there something that the world knows about what she got in this election? 31 million votes, it doesn't make sense. Out of 37 million registered votes, it doesn't make sense. Even John Pombe Magufuli never got, and he was elected twice. And the vote he got last was 12 million votes. Samia wants to show that she is loved in Tanzania, which it is not true. I can tell you that for a fact. It is not true. Ladies and gentlemen, for more updates, ensure you subscribe to this channel, like, comment, and share this video. Bye bye till we meet in another video.